Hello fellow human, welcome back to another Dank Doggo / ChoosingBeggar videos. We have 8 stories in total for you guys today. The first story is posted by you / from bricks to you. Fake ghosting friend who needs a friend only when she needs something. I had a so-called friend who only called or showed up every few months. Keep in mind that I knew she only messaged me when she needed something. For the most part, I did nothing for her, so it did not bother me. This time she came calling with a, "Hi, you have forgotten me. You have not said hi in a while, and I wanted to see how you were doing." I replied with, "Hey, same here. I have not heard from you for a few months. How's the new apartment and living with your boyfriend finally?" She said all was well, and that they were getting along fine. She asked if she could come along and hang out, since she needed a break from her boyfriend, and since I live alone and have 3 empty bedrooms, I could make some room for her, LOL. I asked her, does your boyfriend knows that she was coming, and that I do not feel comfortable with her staying at the house. I do not want to cause an issues with her boyfriend. She said it was alright, and that her boyfriend was working, and knows that she hangs out with friends and family. She spent the weekend, ate my food, did her laundry, and then the reason of her visit came out. She told me that she was looking for a car, and that she needed help for me to find it. I'm a car savvy, but not a mechanic by any means. I said I would look for something similar to what she was looking for. After a week, she said that she found the perfect one and sent me the info. I said, it looks good, but you might want to take it to a mechanic to check it out. She then asked me to come hang out at my house again. I again asked about her boyfriend and she said that it was fine. When she got to my house, she immediately started talking about the car and that she needed help and that she would really appreciate it if I helped her out. Asked with what? She said, money is tight. I would like to see if I can contribute to my car fund. I said, I honestly do not have any monies to spare. I pay all of my bills and I'm trying to save for things I want. I suggest you do that as well. She stopped talking about it and the next day she went home without saying a word. I did not hear from her for a month and she finally texted me again, this time being really pushy. Would you do me the favor of taking me to look at the car? I asked when and she said Sunday. I told her I have a family things to take care of. She then asked, how about the weekend after? I asked, where is it? She said, in a city 2 hours away, drive to take me there and look at the car. Make sure that it is good to buy and then I would buy it. I told her that is too far. That would mean I would lose my whole Sunday, my only day off to take care of my things at home. I asked her, why doesn't your boyfriend go with you? And she said, he uses Sundays to clean the apartment, wash clothes, and shop for food. By then, I really got the picture, and I replied, well, so do I. Besides, I have not felt comfortable with you staying at my house, and now want me to drive 2 hours each way to help you with a car that is your boyfriend territory. Ask your boyfriend to do those things with you. She then said, I showed my mom and my brother and sister what you said. They all think that it was kind of messed up, that you, as a friend, won't help when you're my friend who specializes in cars. And I replied to my friends, if you don't think you can help me, then I don't think we can be friends. I replied, well then, you and your family, take care. I have not heard from her since, and I do not need friends like that. She probably has a database with everyone she knows listed with jobs, hobbies, skills, and an estimated income. That way she can consult it to decide who's the best person to head up for any given project or favors she decides she needs. We have the second story written by you / arms of a squid. Just pay the $25 fine. So I work at a school library, right? We rent out chargers for phones and laptops upon request for a few hours, but they have relatively steep fines for being returned late. Usually I waive the fines, especially if it is returned less than an hour after it was due. In comes one guy, let's call him H, who is a serial laptop charger renter almost every day. Well, a few days ago he accidentally brought the charger home with him. Now, our fines is $1.50 an hour, which was about $20 in total when he called in the next day. He asked me if he could be fined. I knew him, so I was willing to waive his fine, but I couldn't tell him over the phone because he might come back at a time when I'm not working, and some other librarians are less lax about fines. So I tell him, currently your fine is at $25, but if you bring in, then we can discuss it further. I'm sure we can figure something out. He hangs up, and I assume he would be coming in. 2 days later, H comes waltzing up to my desk and sets a laptop charger down in front of me. The very same one he took home 3 days prior. I scanned it in and told him, you have an $85 fine on your account. H, what? It was $25 when I called. That was 2 days ago. The fine is by the hour? H, you didn't tell me that. The fine info is tabbed to the side of the charger. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and waive everything but that first $25, alright? You just pay the fine you thought you'd pay. But didn't guy on the phone told me he would waive it? I didn't tell him that. I'm waiving $60, so you only have to pay like $25. H, I want to talk to your boss. Now, at this point, I should mention that we aren't strictly allowed to waive fines. It's just that the library can't tell the difference between a fine waived by manager or just an employee. I was being generous. If I bring my manager here, you'll just have to pay for the whole fine. H, I want to talk to him. So I bring in the manager. After hearing the situation, my manager bluntly says, Manager, it's an $85 fine. Will that be cash or card? He stammered and walked out of the library. It's okay though. He can't just check out books or graduate until the fine is paid. C'est la vie. For your information, the charger is free for the first 5 hours. Most people don't pay anything. Also, it says on the charger, it's not allowed to leave the building. If they remember to turn it in before they leave, the maximum fine they could possibly get if they rent the charger at the very beginning of the day and don't return it until close is $16. He took it home, kept it well past 5 hours mark, hence the ridiculous fine cost. All library properties cap at $100 or the price of the object, whichever is higher. Also, I feel like I didn't emphasize how rude he was. He was basically short of yelling at me, so hopefully that clears up some frequent questions, smiley face. Some people are just too proud to get things their own way, and then got shocked Pikachu face when they speak to the manager. Next up, we have the third story shared by you / Breaded Gravalicious. Starving artist tries a scam. So I advertised a small loft office on the C-list 600 square feet in a very expensive city for super cheap $400 per month. Starving artist shows up, wants to do art in their weekends only. Good references. Okay, you can have it. She can't come up with the first month rent, then she says she wants to share the space with a partner. Okay, says I, but I have to meet the guy. Oh, he's really busy, she says. Can I move some stuff in? I says, okay, but you don't get a key until you come up with 2 months rent. Few days later, dudes come by and demand a key. I'm all like, who the duck are you? And he is all, I'm renting this place. And I say, wait a minute, are you Starving artist's friend? And he goes, no, she's renting me half the office. Wait, just a cotton picking minute. Here, fella. I checked the C-list. Tram has put my docking office for rent at $600 a month for half of it, trying to scam $200 per month and get the good half rent free. Come by for a talk, Starving artist, I say. She shows up and asks what the duck she was playing at, and I tells her she's not welcome back. She starts crying and tell me how unreasonable and unprofessional I am. Tram, please. Your crap is out of bag in the rain. I now have wonderful tenants whom I adore who pay 6 months in advance twice a year. I'll try to explain why she wasn't just attempting capitalism. Sorry, brevity. I skipped the details of what she signed up for. We both understood that this was about third of normal rent here, and that in return for dirt cheap rent, I wanted no hassle and no sublets. This place is directly above my desk at work. I shouldn't have agreed to her spare the space either, but she claimed the other guy was her lifelong friend and a fellow artist who, like her, would rarely be there in the weekday time. She didn't have anyone in mind, and when she told me this, she was still looking for a sub less to pay her way. Smart move on her part. Some would say it would be aside from the fact that she would have taken generosity for false pretenses and exploited a fellow artist for profit. Also, the space had two halves and she wanted a good half. She had no redeeming traits. Regardless of shady people like this, thank you for renting below the market value. It's very helpful to people who are actually struggling or starting to run a business. Moving on to the fourth story shared by /Tank Marvin. The time I bought food for a homeless guy and he refused because he was a vegan. So I was in my local town and I've noticed that we have had a surge of homeless people. Usually I cook up a batch of food and deliver to them. However, that day was not one of those days. Saw a guy with a sign saying, "Please help. I won't give them money, but I will buy them food." Went to the nearest food shop, M&S, pick up a nice cheese and salad sandwich and some crisps and confectionery and bananas along with a bottle of water. Stroll up to him and set it down for him and was about to walk away when he said, "I can't eat this as I'm a vegan. Could you possibly get me something else?" I was positively bemused by this and just said just give it to a friend. I strolled away. I mean, this one is a tough call, but if you're really homeless, should you still be following the vegan path instead of trying to survive on the street? On to the fifth story shared by /NanuQ83. I want your pizza now. This happened roughly 3 years ago. I'm a full-time family caregiver. My mom is fully disabled. As such, we make very little money, but once a month, we buy fast food to feed that carving everyone has. This particular month, I bought pizza from Pizza Hut. Now, I had received free medium pizza coupon and decided to use it. This means that I had 2 medium pizzas, one for me, one for my mom, food for a few days each. Pizza Hut was literally across the street, so I walked over to him to pick up the order. I didn't even make it out to the parking lot before this kid, maybe 15 to 17 years old, asked me if he can get a slice. I looked at him, looked him both up and down, and once I make the assessment of his clothes cost more than the money I can spend on the food, I say no. Simple. I continue walking away, but the guys tell me that this guy won't let it rest. I take 2 more steps when he tries running up to me. What he didn't know, I was ready. I hop onto a sidewalk leading to another business and park myself near in front of the door. The entire front of the building is made of windows. He stops short, irritated, and tells me that I have to give him 2 slices because I made him chase me. Again, I tell him that's not gonna happen if he's hungry, to either buy his own or go home to eat. He tells me he shouldn't have to. That's when he's hungry and sees what he wants, it's up to others to get it for him. I swear to Jesus, I couldn't believe my ears. At this point, I tell him to leave me alone or I'd be forced to protect myself. He laughs. Then he just paces back and forth like a caged animal, and I said I should stop wasting both of our time by now, giving him an entire pizza. At this point, I had enough. Being a small female, I never leave the house without pepper spray and a small 4 inches pocket knife. Obviously, I can't reach out my blade, but under the boxes of pizza in my hand is unlocked pepper spray. I take 1 step, and that's just it, just one, and this kid lunges for my boxes, so I prefer pepper spray him. Bullseye! His butt starts screaming, and his hand covered and wiping his face. He's calling me every name under the sun, and he starts shouting that I stole his pizza and attacked him. Gratefully, the woman inside the cash loan place I've been standing in front of saw the whole ordeal and finally came out to assist me. Needless to say, he didn't get my pizza. Well, I've been personally attacked and harassed by 4 punks by not giving them the pizzas that I bought for my friends, so I really understand how this must have felt for her. On to the 6th story shared by /NormDirtyDan14. Brother wants an upgrade to his already free movie ticket, ends up getting no movie or ticket. A few weeks ago, I bought tickets for ID Chapter 2. It was a standard theater choice, no 3D or large scale format, but the theater had an XD options. XD is basically a larger theater with better sound. You pay about $4 more for a ticket. I decided to be nice and buy me, my friend, my brother, and my dad a ticket. We had good seats all together. Everyone in the party said they are available for the time and date I choose before I bought the tickets. Yesterday, this conversation happened. Brother, wait, when are you going to sneak out again? Me, next Thursday at 7:45, can you still go? Yeah, wait, it's XD, right? Me, no. B, why not? Me, because it's too expensive. B, just upgrade to XD, it's better. No, I bought the ticket and you aren't playing, and what are you complaining? B, because I thought we're going to a nicer theater, not a piece of crap regular. Me, so you don't want to go to the theater I picked out? B, no. Me, okay. I promised to cancel his ticket. B, did you upgrade to XD? Me, no, I canceled your ticket because you didn't want to get along with a crappy regular theater. Now you can buy your own ticket to the XD theater. Nope, OP upgraded to a night without you there. On to the 7th story shared by u/Hugh_Janus911. Built the PCs for the sons of my mother's friend, tested some games from my Steam account on it, and she expected me to give my account to her sons for basically free. So about a month ago, my mother told me that her friend wanted to buy a pre-built PC for her son on his birthday, and pre-builds are usually worse and more expensive than the PCs you build by yourself, so I promised to build PC if the friend would pay for the parts. I had a nice 77-100K and a GTX 1070 Ti. A good setup for the budget they had. When I was done building it, I installed Windows 10 and Steam with some games I own, which the rest was interested in buying as well. I tested the performance and overclocked a bit. The friend kept her promise and she paid for the parts and even gave me around $10 as a tip, but when she said that I needed to log out of my account and she asked why. And I told her that it was my account and my games that I paid for, and she said that I was supposed to give my account to her kid as part of the PC. When I told her that it wasn't a part of the deal, she freaked out and started yelling at me, and I could honestly care less if it was an account with like 10 or 20 games, but my account has 435 games with thousands of hours on record. TLDR crazy lady expected me to build her son a PC and give my Steam account with hundreds of games for $10. On to the 8th story shared by u/3x monkey poop. But I want yours because this one is broken. Background information: I work in a business where trimmed and smooth fingernails is required, so we don't scratch on our clients. I use a small glass nail file for getting rid of those sharp edges. Everyone at work always says that where I got it and if they can use it. So for Christmas, I ordered some off Amazon to give out as Christmas gifts. On to with the story. I put the files in a wrapped box with a hole on the top and a sign that said, "Happy Holidays from 3X Monkey Poop. Please take that one." Coworker 1 catches me between the sessions. Coworker 1, "Those fine you brought in are wonderful, but this blue one is broken. But I know what to do. Trade me for this one." Me, "I like mine and there's a few left in the box. Just throw that one away. Note mine has flowers on it, and the ones I got, which are full size with color." CW1, "Yours is pretty and smaller than this one. I want yours." Enter CW2, "You should give her yours. It's Christmas. She doesn't want a broken one." Me, "I bought enough for everyone to have and I have only a few spares. Just take that one." CW1, "You're not very good at this. You're supposed to make me happy with a present. This one is broken and yours isn't." Me, "I have a client," and walks out. I'm still hearing about how I don't know how to celebrate the holidays correctly from them. TLDR, bought everyone at work a useful present. Coworker wants mine as it's not broken and prettier. Well, frankly speaking, your coworkers sound like trashy and entitled human beings. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.